Roger Hoopman here for Chautauqua Playhouse, and it's time to announce our 46th season. We've been here since 1985. We were downtown for 7 years before that, starting in 1976. Had the theater burned down by an arsonist in 1983 and moved here in 1985. So this is our 46th season overall, and I'm here to announce our 22-23 season. We're going to open at the end of August with a play called Corpse, which is a kind of a comedy thriller. It's about twins, a pair of twins. One of them's an unemployed actor, and he's a bit jealous of his more sophisticated, urbane brother, and tries to put together a team to help him murder off his brother. It may sound a little dark, but it's done with a lot of good humor and one actor playing both of those twins. And that is directed by Vince Keane. Our second show of the season will be The Glass Menagerie, directed by Warren Harrison. It's a show that we've put into our repertoire of every 10 or 12 years. It's one of those universal shows that everybody has probably seen, but when you see it again, it brings out new feelings. It's kind of autobiographical. Tennessee Williams writing about his family life with his mother, who was a bit controlling and manipulative, his sweet sister, who's crippled and kind of emotionally crippled by her mother, and a character representing Tennessee Williams himself, Tom, who kind of narrates and tells the story. And it's kind of a slice of life, and we can all find characters in there in situations that we can relate to, and that's why the play is held up for so long and people continue to enjoy it. Then we'll go into our holiday show, and that's called the Charitable Sisterhood Christmas Spectacular, directed by Christine Lovett. And every year we are really trying to find something new holiday-wise. And this one fits the bill, and we've all that have read it think it's really a funny, moving show. And it's about a group of women in the church who are trying to put together their Christmas show each year, and all the problems that they encounter in doing that. And we have appearances by Santa with baby Jesus, and the crux of the story is kind of centered around the mystery of who stole the baby Jesus from the nativity scene. And in that, we find all the comic complications that come along with it, and I think it'll really help you get into the Christmas spirit. So that takes us through the end of the year, and then in January we'll be presenting a new, it's an old play, not old, but takes place in 1963, and it's called Vanities. And Vanities is about three cheerleaders in 1963 who are a team, and we see how close they are and how much fun they have and how they are at that age, and then we pick them up 20 years later when they have a reunion of sorts, and how time has changed, how we change, and it's a story that everybody can relate to, and that's directed by Bill Zariello. And then following that will be a play by Tom Stoppard, who's probably the top English playwright now, and probably by a general audience best known as the screenwriter for Shakespeare in Love. And this was one of his early plays. It follows two theater critics who are watching a Agatha Christie-style murder mystery and actually get drawn into the play and involved in the play itself. It's got some philosophical statements to it. It's very funny. It's very fast-paced, and we think you'll enjoy that. It'll be a nice contrast to the other shows in the season. And following that will be the play Intimate Apparel by Lynn Nottage. It's a relatively new play. It follows a young black seamstress who makes intimate apparel for women of all classes. And we'll also get involved in her personal life and a mail order companion man that writes to her and that they think something's going to come of the relationship. And it doesn't, but other things happen, and other good things. And so it's got a lot of sentimental value to it. It's got humor, and it's got characters that you can really believe in and get involved with. Intimate Apparel is directed by Ed Trafton. Now, Ed is a director who's done shows here in the past. We love working with Ed, and we're glad that he's come back into the mix of directors this year. So now I'll go on to the last show of the season, and that is the classic Arsenic and Old Lace, directed by Deborah Hammond. And of course, it's one of those plays that can be done over and over again because there's always new humor to be found in it. But we've got a young theater critic who's engaged to the girl next door, and then the complications that arise when he finds out that his two spinster aunts have been killing off the older, ill men in the community with their spiked elderberry wine. And we have a lot of comic characters that come into that play. American classic that can't be done enough and really takes us back to a rich era of the 40s when this kind of play was very popular. So that gets us through the season. Now, you can get the season package of all 7 shows for $100, I want to make sure I give you the right price. Is it $132 for all 7 shows? You can also buy flex passes, and just for individual shows, we have shows you want to pick out. And of course, you can come to any of the performances by going online and getting individual tickets or getting tickets at the door. The website here is cplayhouse.org. All of this information is on the website and the ticket form. We can also send you a brochure if you wish. Phone number here is also on the website if that works better for you. We are a 501c3 organization, which means we're a nonprofit. And we've had a tough time the last couple of years, as everybody has. And we've had to cancel, we had to stay closed for 16 months. And then when we reopened, we were able to get back into it. And then we had to cancel numerous weekends because of casts coming down with the virus. So we're kind of fighting to get out of a hole now. So anything you can do donation-wise would be certainly appreciated. In addition to that, I also want to mention one other thing, and that is that we are looking for new board members. We have to expand our capacity and reach out to the community more. So we need board members who have background in marketing and business and public relations and fundraising and all of those kinds of things, and can kind of help us reach out more into the community. So that is an area that we need help in. We also can always use house managers and ushers. And so that's a way for you to get actively involved in the theater. We like to think we're very much a family here, and so we would love to have you. And so hopefully we will see you here at the theater one way or another at least one of the shows this season, and hopefully the whole season. Thank you.